Are you still trading manually and hesitating? Enter now or wait for a better moment. What if the market already shows key price levels and your task is simply to use them correctly? Most traders lose not from a lack of strategy, but from poor timing, overloaded grids, and no disciplined risk control, especially when volatility spikes and emotions override logic. Pivot Levels Pro EA is a professional automated advisor for MetaTrader 5, built for systematic, disciplined trading based on objective market levels, not guesswork. At its core is automatic analysis of pivot levels, price zones the market repeatedly uses as reaction points, correction areas, trend continuation zones, or potential reversals. The advisor automatically calculates and plots these levels using several well-established methods, adapting to any instrument and market. It supports 5 pivot calculation methods, each building its own structure of support and resistance for different market conditions and styles. Classic Pivot uses the high, low, and close of the previous period, a universal approach for stable markets. Fibonacci Pivot uses Fibonacci ratios, suited to trending markets with deep corrections. Camarilla Pivot forms a dense structure around price, used for intraday and mean reversion trading. Woodie Pivot gives more weight to the previous close, working well on active directional markets. DeMark Pivot uses fewer levels and focuses on potential reversal points during strong, impulsive moves. You choose the method and the time frame for level calculation, adapting the strategy to any instrument. Direction is decided at the close of the bar, comparing the closing price to the central pivot. Close above the pivot, the system looks for buys. Close below, for sells. Because the decision is made only on a completed bar, the signal does not flicker inside the candle and false intrabar signals are filtered out. The advisor opens trades strictly by predefined rules, never randomly. When grid logic is enabled, it builds a controlled structure of entries, adding positions at a fixed distance and points from the previous order. The maximum number of open positions is strictly limited and set in advance, keeping deposit exposure and risk under control. The advisor keeps its own internal record of grid levels and entry prices, so the logic behaves correctly on both netting and hedging accounts. Once a side is fully closed, the counter resets and the next signal starts a fresh cycle from the first level. And this is where position sizing becomes critical. Pivot Levels Pro EA uses a money management mode called Smart Risk, calculating each position's volume automatically from the account balance, growing as the deposit grows, shrinking when it shrinks, always proportional to its current state. But the key idea appears inside the grid. With Smart Risk, every next grid order becomes smaller, not larger, the exact opposite of a classic martingale where each order doubles and risk grows out of control. Imagine a balance of $5,000. The first order opens with 0.05 lots, and each next level steps down 0.05, 0.04, 0.03, 0.02, 0.01, and 0.01 again. Instead of increasing exposure, the series is averaged with smaller and smaller lots, and the load on the deposit grows far more slowly than with a martingale. Before each position, the advisor checks free margin and automatically reduces the volume if needed, keeping it within the broker's allowed lot step. Trade quality is protected by several filters. Distance control opens each new position only at a set distance and points from the previous one. A time filter enforces a minimum interval in minutes between entries, even if signals appear more often. Spread control stops trading when the spread exceeds the allowed value, avoiding entries during news, low liquidity, or price spikes. Together, these filters improve trade quality, prevent overtrading, and cut out weak signals. The system includes a full set of position management tools: stop loss, take profit, trailing stop, and break even. Stop loss and take profit are set in points and calculated automatically at entry. Stop loss can be fully disabled by setting it to 0. Positions are then managed by take profit, together with trailing stop and break even. One important detail: trailing stop and break even always move from the entry price, not from the stop loss or any intermediate level. Until a position is profitable, it stays unchanged. Once it moves into profit, the system starts protecting earned movement. Even with stop loss disabled, this prevents the market from taking back profit during normal pullbacks and corrections. Everything the advisor does stays visible at a glance. An on-chart information panel shows profit for the day, week, month, and entire period, the current grid levels on the buy and sell sides, the active entry filter, and the current value of the central pivot. Completed trades are drawn directly on the chart, entries and exits marked with arrows in separate colors for buys and sells, each entry linked to its exit by a line, with the financial results shown next to the close placed so it never overlaps the panel. Pivot Levels Pro EA works across a wide range of instruments: major Forex pairs, precious metals like gold and silver, energy markets like WTI and Brent, and cryptocurrencies including Bitcoin and Ethereum. The full potential is revealed in the MetaTrader 5 strategy tester. Test on years of historical data, select optimal timeframes, and fine-tune parameters for each instrument. The tester also optimizes by trade direction, buy only, sell only, or both, showing which mode performs best for a specific market based on statistics, not assumptions. Pivot levels. Pro-EA is built for traders who want systematic, disciplined, fully automated trading with strict risk control. No emotions, no guessing, only rules, only levels, only proven logic. Visit Forex-EA.com, explore Pivot Levels Pro-EA, download the advisor, test it in the strategy tester on your instrument, find the optimal settings, and start trading like a professional. Your path to profit starts here, Forex-EA.com.